On today's show, the Dallas Mavericks are scrappy, have some fun. Cooper Flagg has some mixed results in overtime. Some good, some not so good. We'll break it all down. Locked on Mavs right now.
This is Cooper Flagg, and you're listening to Locked On Mavs.
I think that's a good question. Good morning, Isaac.
You are Locked On Mavs.
Great,
your daily Dallas Mavericks podcast.
No one's dying.
Part of the Locked On Podcast Network.
Still can't leave
Your team every day.
I'm gonna get a city like that.
And welcome. You're locked on to the Dallas Mavericks, your team every day. My name is Nick Angstadt, media member covering the Mavs for 10 years. Thanks for being in every day or making Locked On Mavs your first listen each and every day. Today's episode is brought to you by FanDuel. Right now, FanDuel customers can get $300 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins. If you're a new customer, try that out at FanDuel.com to get started. Joining me, as always, on the postgame prodigy of the Great Slightly Biased YouTube channel. What you got for me, Slightly Biased?
3-10, man. I cannot believe it. I cannot believe it. 3-10.
Here we are. 13 games in. Unlucky 13.
Yeah.
Three celebrations and 10 questioning what are we even doing here episodes. Yep. We'll get into Naji Marshall's game. I thought he had a really good one. We'll talk about Cooper Flagg's mixed game in overtime. We'll talk about all kinds of things with the Dallas Mavericks lost to the Clippers. But let's start here. D'Angelo Russell carried the Mavericks through the fourth quarter. I thought he was pretty awesome in that fourth quarter. One of the main reasons the Mavs could even go to overtime was D'Angelo Russell. 28 points, 5 assists. And then D'Angelo Russell, 7 turnovers, missed all 6 of his threes. Felt exactly like the Detroit Pistons game where the Mavericks were in it, and you're like, well, this is the D'Lo experiment. This is a D'Lo experience right here. But it was good to see him actually get some stuff going because the Mavs just need somebody like that. They need somebody on offense to get going. And so to see D'Angelo Russell at least get it going against that drop Clippers defense, I don't know what the Clippers are doing over there, man. That is just a mess. This was another crisis bowl. I think I saw Mark Stein say that this was another crisis bowl for the Mavericks. That loser questions their entire existence in the NBA. But the Mavs losing this one. But I thought D'Angelo Russell was the story.
Yeah, I mean, fourth quarter, he definitely put the team on his back and was the reason why we were even going into an overtime period, right? I'm trying out this new stat thing. Is this like such an advanced? Okay,
is it the ESPN one where they changed the format back? Everybody was complaining about the other day.
It's a different stat website, but it just took me. I was scrolled the wrong way. 10 points in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he was, like you said, against that drop coverage, you needed a pick and roll guard. And I kind of feel like that's where he operates at his best.
Yep.
Whereas B. Will, who did struggle a little bit in this game, that's not necessarily his area of expertise. But yeah, like you said, I mean, you live and you die with the D'Angelo Russell, and they lose this game in regulation if he isn't here. And they lose this game in overtime because he is here. So that's kind of a way you got to look at it. A few really bad turnovers and some really bad shots down the stretch of the game or at the start of the overtime period, which I kind of understood the first couple ones because he was so hot. But yeah.
But that's the state of this Dallas Mavericks team. 102 offensive rating, one of their worst of the season. I think a bottom 4 this season so far. Not even their worst offensive game, but it was 102 offensive rating, which is in the 14th percentile, which is very low. But you're looking for offense in any way you can get. You have no PJ Washington. You have no Anthony Davis in this game. Kyrie obviously still out. Dante Exum is nowhere close, I guess, to being able to play, which is just another one of those things that we'll keep bringing up all the time. And you're looking for offense in any way, shape, or form that you can. And so to get it from D'Angelo Russell, I think was like, all right, great. Like we'll take it. We'll take that offense. We'll take a pick and roll guard because the Mavs need to figure out different ways they can play and different ways they can get offense going. And D'Angelo Russell was able to do that, working in the pick and rolls, working off that drop coverage. And Naji Marshall was too. Like Naji was one where he was getting things going. He was going downhill. He was handling the ball, and he kind of did some more point guard things than anybody else on the roster tonight.
Yeah, I mean that's what we saw from him last year too. But yeah, I mean Naji's been racking up these like high scoring games. His ability to score has been on full display so far this season. What did he go from 3 in this game? 3 of 5. So there you go. Now, going back to, I mean, he shot well against Phoenix as well, but 2 30-point games in his last 4 now for Naji. Wait, did he have 40
Yeah,
tonight?
20,
Or 30?
he had 28.
28. All right, round up. So 2 30-point
Two
games.
28-point games.
2 28-plus point games in his last 4 for Naji. But, yeah, I mean, they need somebody to score, and Naji's kind of taken over that mantle a little bit. So, I mean,
But if
somebody
that's
has
the
to do it.
but if that's the situation you're in, like you just said, somebody's got to do it. But if that's the situation you're in, where you're like D'Angelo Russell, Naji Marshall, and hopefully Cooper Flagg can get something going, the 18-year-old, like that, if that's the position you're in, you're just not going to win games, and that's the state that the Dallas Mavericks are in right now. It's like, all right, you just don't have anybody. You just don't have any go-to like players down the stretch.
Yep.
You're going to lose these games that come down to, all right, we've got to make something happen. They did, though, get some really clutch plays from some of these guys, and going down through overtime or going down through the end of the fourth quarter. You had D'Angelo Russell had a huge drive and finish with 1:24 left. He had the ISO drive against Harden with 52 seconds left, and that ended up tying it for overtime. That was a massive play. But then he had the drive miss at the end of regulation, and that was tough. But then Naji had a good play. Flagg had some really massive moments in that overtime. He had an ISO drive against Harden with 1:50 left in overtime. He got fouled on another drive and hit a free throw. And then he had the ISO against Batum and the bump finish with 20 seconds left to basically send it into double overtime, too. I thought the first overtime, I thought he was really good. What did you see from Flagg in that first overtime?
Well, they gave him the ball. It felt like, especially down the stretch in the fourth quarter, it felt like he went 10 whole minutes without even touching the basketball. Which, D'Lo was cooking, and that was kind of I just feel like we're at this stage now where it's like, our number 1 overall pick cannot go 10 minutes late in a game without touching the ball. Like, that can't happen. And it felt like there was a concerted effort after that because immediately overtime starts and the ball's in Cooper Flagg's hands. He's initiating offense and all of that. And, when he gets post-ups, I was looking at his numbers earlier today. His post-up numbers are encouraging. It's been his best offense so far. And, Batum's a bit of a grandpap, but going at Nicholas Batum and being able to score over him relatively easily, I thought, is pretty encouraging. And, he didn't miss a shot in overtime. Obviously, the turnovers were a bit of a problem there and just some offensive possessions that were a little bit wonky. But he was 8 of 10 on twos tonight. So I think you're starting to see a bit of a more comfortable Cooper Flagg. One of the stats I noticed today that I found was interesting was ever since the Mavs have started a point guard over the last 5 games, his on-ball rate has gone down quite a bit, obviously, as you would expect, but his usage has actually ticked up in those games. So they're finding ways to get him a little bit more comfortable, and it feels like he's coming off the ball less. Like, once he gets the ball, it feels like, all right, I have the ball now, it's time for me to attack, versus this, I have the ball, no one's moving. I'm trying to ISO, and I'm not like good at this yet. So I'm trying to come off the ball immediately.
Well, he no longer has the ball for no reason. It feels like he used to have the ball for no reason because, he's the point guard. Okay, well, then he would have the ball in random places and have to set up for the Mavericks. And now it's, okay, once you have the ball, there's 15, 12 seconds left in the shot clock or something. You got to make something happen. Or we've given you the ball because we've created some kind of advantage. You're come off a roll. You have a mismatch. That's why I think these post-up numbers are so good, is anytime he has a mismatch, he's like, I got this. And then he posts up on somebody smaller than him, slower than him, or whatever, and then he takes advantage of it. And I think that's where we've really seen Cooper Flagg grow and show already some real promise, is being able to recognize those moments where he goes to those certain moves. And we saw that in that overtime. ISO against Harden, he's like, all right, I'm going to drive by you and finish. Post up against Nick Batum, all right, I'm going to finish over the top of you because I'm bigger than you. And we just saw a bunch of different things he can do.
Yeah, I mean, that's the versatility that you're looking for. And again, you've seen it. It's been a bit encouraging over the last week or so. And yeah, I mean, I liked it in overtime that he had those possessions where he was initiating because he felt like he could get to a spot, or he felt like he could back down Nicholas Batum. Like, that's kind of what we were saying preseason, where it's like, find these opportunities in the middle of the game where you feel like Coop could initiate plays versus just doing it from the onset, and now all of a sudden this 18-year-old kid is just having a very difficult time.
Well, the whole thing was like, all right, we want to make him uncomfortable. And we were all like, okay, cool, but do that in spots. Don't just make that his entire existence, is make him uncomfortable from every single moment on the court.
It's also like, congratulations, mission accomplished immedially. He's very uncomfortable.
You know what? We were all uncomfortable. I'm still uncomfortable watching this offense.
Yes, mission accomplished. I feel like rookies are already uncomfortable immediately. So now it's like, guys, we did it. This is a new level of uncomfortability.
Right. Coming up.
They did not think was possible.
The mistakes in overtime. What do we see from the other guys? The decisions that Jason Kidd made. Lots of things to talk about and question. We'll talk about all that and more coming up. Today's episode of Locked On Mavs brought to you by our friends over at Drip Drop. I've been using this, and I know that when I'm hydrated, everything just works better. My focus, energy, mood, even my skin. That's why I've been using Drip Drop. It's doctor-developed hydration that keeps me running at full power no matter what my day looks like. It's not your average sports drink. It delivers, listen to this, ready for you're not ready for this. 3 times the electrolytes and half the sugar of leading brands of other sports drinks. It's a science-based formula trusted by medical professionals, firefighters. You dropping a Drip Drop right in the middle of a fire would be crazy. And over 90% of top colleges and pro teams use Drip Drop. All it is just a little packet. You shake it up. You put it in water, in 8 ounces of water, and it tastes delicious. I've used a bunch of different ones. The peach is really good. The watermelon is really good. The passion fruit one is good as well. That's the ones that I've had. Isaac had the berry ones. He said those were really good too. So right now, at Drip Drop is offering our listeners 20% off your first order at dripdrop.com. Use that promo code. It's Locked On NBA, all one word, Locked On NBA, dripdrop.com. The promo code is Locked On NBA for 20% off. Stock up now before heat hits hard, and heat is hitting right now. This is for everybody across the whole country, but right now we're in Texas, and the heat is still here. Keep your body and mind performing at their best with Drip Drop. We're also brought to you by our friends over at Wayfair. I've used Wayfair for a bunch of different things in my house, and the holiday season is around the corner. Today, I went to the Decorator's Warehouse in Arlington. Insane place. You don't want to have to go to a place and be like, how am I going to transport this giant tree back to my house? You can just get Wayfair, and Wayfair has a bunch of deals. They have these Black Friday sale going on right now that you can get 70% off everything from sofas to spatulas, all kinds of things. It's going on all month long. You can get all kinds of holiday stuff from there. You can get furniture if you need to spruce up your place before having people over. Don't miss out on early Black Friday deals at Wayfair. Head to wayfair.com to shop now. Wayfair's Black Friday deals for up to 70% off. WAYFAIR. Wayfair.com. Sale ends December 7th.
Shut it down! Oh, let's go home!
Thanks for hanging out with us on Mavs, being part of the show. Part of the Raccoon Squad. That's what we call our listeners listening every day. And if you weren't listening, you are now because, man, that just blew out the speakers on everything. I turned that up to 11 on accident.
We got the woofers going.
That's exactly what the Dallas Mavericks team felt like in double overtime, where they just turned it up a little bit too much and there was too much going on for them. Let's talk about some of the things that we saw in that double overtime. Cooper Flagg did have another post and finish scored. That was another big one in the second overtime. But to start the second overtime, Nick Batum off the jump ball beat Cooper Flagg to a spot and then beat him to the basket after Zubac tipped the ball right towards the Clippers basket, or the Mavs basket, I guess, which was a brutal mistake, I thought, because it gave him the Clippers like just a bucket right off the bat.
Yeah, can't have that right away to start an overtime period, but, it is what it is.
I feel like that's going to be just your default now for the rest.
I mean, what else do you say? I mean, there's nothing really to say about that play other than it happened.
Then Cooper Flagg had a post up against Harden, which we were talking about him taking advantage of post ups and taking advantage of smaller players, which is good. But he had a bad pass to D'Angelo Russell in the corner, and he knew it immediately. He turned around immediately and just had like the hands on his head, and he was just like, come on, make a better pass. He just overpassed D'Lo just a little, and so that was another mistake. The turnovers for the Mavericks. The Mavericks had 22 turnovers. The Clippers had 20 turnovers themselves.
Yeah,
this was a junky, messed up game. 42 total turnovers and 74 free throws total.
Yeah, this game. The ending was fun and everything, but this was a sloppy game for sure.
What was the fun meter for you? Like 0 to 10?
The ending was fun. The ending was absolutely fun, and the overtime was fun. I mean, Harden was going crazy. Like Harden had an unbelievable game, and he was hitting shots, 30-footers, clutch buckets too, like clutch 30-footers, where you're just like, man, I mean, that's just a special player right there. There's not much else you could have done differently.
It felt like an MVP season Harden game again,
Yeah.
right? Where you're just like, what do you do? How do you defend him? They're throwing every single person. Like Naji defended him, I thought, pretty well. They threw Flagg at him for a little while. I thought Flagg did really well on him. They had Max Christie on him. They threw Caleb Martin out there, and he had like 4 fouls on James Harden. They were just throwing player after player after. D'Angelo Russell, I think, even had a stint where he was guarding Harden. It was like everybody got their turn basically guarding him because he was that good. They started to send doubles at him as well. And, man, he just took advantage. There was a moment. What was the moment where there was a moment in this game. Well, yeah, in the first overtime, 30 seconds left. The Mavs are up by 1, and you're feeling real good. You're like, oh, my gosh, they just got Naji just got 2 free throws. And you're feeling great about the Mavericks. 30 seconds left. They just got to get a stop. Harden, pick and roll. Naji Marshall goes under the screen, and immediately Harden just steps up, takes the 3, and nails it. And you go, oh, my gosh, you cannot make one mistake against this guy. Like, you cannot give him 1 inch. Like, it was just such a perfect embodiment of this entire game where if you go under the screen, meaning you like the guy sets the screen and you go to the left of the guy when the offensive player's on the right side, like you just cannot do that because he gets a wide open 3 right there and he just took it immediately. Like didn't take any time at all to think about it.
Yeah, I mean 41, 14, and 11, 6 of 12 from 3. 51 minutes for a guy his age. And honestly, I mean late in this game, I feel like I could tell Coop was pretty tired, right? How many times has Coop played this many minutes in a basketball game in his life? Probably never, if I had to guess. But 36-year-old Harden, man, Grandpap still had it out there.
Stein posted this earlier. The Clippers' James Harden has posted the first triple-double in franchise history with at least 40 points. Yep, Clippers had never had a 40-point triple-double. What's that like, Clippers?
Well, it'll probably be a long time until ours, so I'll just say that much.
Hey, I can imagine Coop getting one.
That's true.
Like next year or later this year.
Later this year, let's go.
Are we getting a point in the season where Flagg gets like 25 shots a game or 20 shots a game?
There'd have to be some trades because I think part of the thing and part of the problem people might have had with this game in particular is I think the fan base by and large has maybe accepted all right, let's lose. Like you're already 3-9 or whatever. Like we're okay with losing. Where it's like if we are going to lose a game, I want to go out with Cooper Flagg, guns a-blazing. Like God bless
Coop
everyone else
swinging,
on the. Yeah, I mean, and that is kind of what they did tonight in the overtime periods, to be fair.
Is the statement we want to go out with Flagg waving? Is that the...
Yeah, okay. We want to go out Flagg waving, and it's like, I love some of these guys. 24 shots for D'Lo, 19 for Naji. Like, that's not what we want to go. And I'm not, like, what I'm saying sounds very hateful because it's like, I don't want those guys shooting. Like, that's why I'm saying it had to be trades because those guys are good enough and they want to shoot, and this team's trying to win games right now. Like, they're not in a tanking mindset. I can promise you that much. So, yeah, I mean, it'll if this team does tank, which we'll see. You know what these games are telling me?
They've done it before.
These guys are telling me they're not. If Kyrie were here, it's a different story. Because how many games has been clutch? Almost all of them.
I mean, he was here tonight.
On the court playing the game.
Did you see the video that Mike Curtis posted where it's Kid looking at an iPad with Brandon Williams and Kyrie is over his one shoulder and Anthony Davis is over his other shoulder?
That's pretty. That was the dream with Cooper Flagg, where it's like, imagine those two guys. Like that's
imagine
crazy.
those. Yeah, they're in street clothes.
They are in street clothes. Ugh.
But you think it'd be different with Kyrie? I mean, obviously with Kyrie and AD, like you're missing 2 All-Stars, right? Like I'm not gonna get too mad at this team for looking terrible with missing 2 All-Stars every single time. Unless you're playing a terrible team, which I guess this Clippers team. Do you believe this Clippers team is this terrible?
They're not as bad as they've been, but I'm definitely worried about them. And as an NBA connoisseur, I'm worried, and a fan of the association, I'm worried about what them being terrible means for the rest of the league. I'll tell you that much. Because if OKC winds up with another top 10 pick, I mean,
right, because OKC owns their pick.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what. If they have like a good shot at the lottery, I have no clue what's the point of even playing the sport anymore.
You imagine like the Thunder get Cam Boozer.
Yeah. I mean, geez. No, I cannot imagine. Honestly, and I don't want to.
The Clippers coming into tonight had I think they had the 22nd offense and the 29th defense in the NBA. Like,
I mean, do you think they're that bad? There's no way they're that bad.
I didn't think they were that bad. I thought they'd be pretty good this season, but Chris Paul, 4th game DNP CD in a row.
Yeah,
like
they
can't play him. Brooke Lopez, was awful tonight. Like, just did not look good at all. D'Angelo Russell was cooking him in that
he's
drop
not good
coverage.
anymore either.
And so you're like, all right. So then they're like, all right, well, then we go back to what we did last year when we play Chris Dunn and we play Derrick Jones Jr., and their defense has been awful this year. It's like it doesn't feel like they're getting anything that they got last year that was working for them. John Collins, he didn't really stand out except for the one time that he did the too small against Cooper Flagg. He didn't really stand out.
I didn't even
too
notice
much.
that.
Did you miss that? He
I guess
scored
I did.
He scored on Cooper Flagg and did the too small afterwards.
8 points on 8 shots. There you go, John
5
Collins.
fouls.
There you go. Yeah, I mean, I don't think they're as bad as they've been, but I'm absolutely worried about them because Bogdan has been one of the worst players in the league.
Yeah,
dating back to last year, and of course, we were calling him. What were we calling him? Joyan Bogdanovic. That's the new joke that we have going on because everyone seems to find their joy whenever they play the Mavericks, like Joy Morant. Although they've been terrible since that game too.
I was gonna say he lost it immediately after that.
Yes, he did. He immediately lost his joy.
Found it
But
against
just
the
for
Mavs,
a tiny bit.
dropped
Just for a tiny bit, he found his joy again. But no, yeah. I mean, Bogey was hitting some threes where it's like, all right, I guess this guy's just found it again. But I don't know. I mean, they're not a competitor with any of the top Western Conference teams. That much is
The
certain.
Clippers, no.
Yeah. And the Mavericks.
Yeah, I guess either team we were talking. I guess either team we were talking about. I guess we were also talking about the Grizzlies, and they aren't competitive with any of the top,
they're
top
not.
teams.
You know what? Hey, no one wants to hear this. It's a good year to be bad. I'm just gonna tell you that much.
Well, isn't this the first time since like 2000 or something? There's been 3 teams start 1-11 or 1-10.
Oh yeah, there's been some bad teams.
Speaking of which, you ready for my playoff stat? The
Yeah, let's hear
ongoing playoff stat.
Let's hear it.
Since this 2000-2001 season, okay, so that's like 25 years, there have been 95 teams that have started 3-11 or worse. Or
Are
3
we
and
3-10 or 3-11?
3-10 or worse.
All right. Well, Nick.
Is this
Nick's,
stat right? Did I do this stat right?
Nick's
Hold on.
projecting, guys. Who do the Mavs play on Sunday?
3. Yeah. No, I did do 3-10. I did do 3-10.
Okay.
Out of the 95 teams, how many do you think made the playoffs
God,
since
3-10.
2000?
Well, I know for a fact the Bucks were 2-10 last year, right? Or are they 2-8?
The Bucks were not one of the teams, but the Lakers 2 years ago were, and the Pelicans 3 years ago were.
4.
8 since
more than I
2000.
thought.
8 of the 95 have made it.
That's
One of them
That's like
did
10%.
have Anthony. One of them did have Anthony Davis. A different Anthony Davis. What, 8 out of 95 is 8%. It's 8%. 8% of the teams have made it. Like this is the situation we're talking about. And the 8% chance that the Mavs do make it is they get AD back fully healthy, and Dumont decides that he wants him to play, and Flagg takes a little level up. Kyrie comes back like January. Like that is their only chance. Like
Let's be clear that I think that would be like long term, believe it or not, I think that'd be good versus tanking.
Really?
I do. And the reason why I say that is the second thing you said. Like that would have to require a Coop level up.
It would. Yeah.
To the point where it's like, okay, like this guy got some great minutes and like the future is set. And then on top of that, if you are wanting to go let's just say, well, I guess if they go on like a back half run and make the playoffs, even if they lose, they'll bank on Kyrie being healthy and they'll run it back for sure. But even if you want to be like, hey, we want to blow this thing up eventually, like the scenario you just laid out, AD's value goes up, Kyrie's
Correct.
value goes up. So
Correct.
that's one way to look at it.
That is one way to look at it. It's like, all right, we either boost this asset right now, or we bottom out, right?
Yeah,
Like
and I guess let me say too, before anyone chimes in there, like I'm also going at it from a perspective of like, I do think these guys come back and they're not as bad as some of these bottom tier teams. So they'll be like 7th or 8th in odds. That's what I mean. If the alternative
in the
is
lottery.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Trade guys right now and bottom out and be like the 3rd worst team. Okay, that's a little bit different. Although I still think like that's.
I don't think you're catching the Nets.
Nets, Wizards,
The Pacers and Wizards
are on another level.
They're all 1-11 right now.
They are on another level of terrible. And
Well,
what's
and the
funny is
Pelicans are 2-10.
you've got 2 more wins than them. They have a good back to back, and you've got the same record. And they play the Wizards again on Sunday, correct? The Mavs do.
No, they're done with the Wizards, right?
Oh yeah, that's right. We played them again.
They're done with the Wizards. No, they play the Blazers on Sunday.
That Wizards win is in one ear and out the other for me. Was I here for that?
I think so.
I
was not here for the
tell
Grizzlies
you.
one, but yeah.
I could not tell you what happened in that game. Oh, wait, no, I remember. It looked like they were potentially on the verge of losing, and okay, I do remember that. But no,
you just described every game the Mavericks have played this year.
Very true. But okay, I'm interested to hear what you think. Do you think they're this? I just don't think this team. I think this team will start winning more games.
I really thought that we would get all of a sudden Jason Kidd has decided that the team isn't going to lose games anymore because Nico got fired moment, and we have not gotten it. But I think they're just organically tanking right now. Like they're really not trying to. Jason Kidd is trying. He's playing everybody. I think tonight he played the guys that were playing well in the game, and that's sort of his lot right now. Is all right. Who do I have? Who is playing well right now? Everybody's kind of on an equal playing field, especially with like PJ out. There's not many players where you're like, I have to play this guy in the fourth quarter. I think every single player tonight, besides maybe Naji because he's been playing so well, every single player you could go, if they sit in the fourth quarter, it's really not the end of the world.
Yeah, for sure.
It's crazy.
And Coop's going to play because Coop's going to play.
He is, but they're also not going to give him the ball for 10 minutes, and that's a different thing.
Yeah, and there's a couple different things that factor into the equation there, like Coop being 18 and not being at the stage yet where he's going to go get the ball all the time. And then, like I said earlier, where it's like Naji Marshall looks at this and says, I'm scoring a lot tonight. Why am I going to come off the ball? Like, we need points. D'Lo is saying, I've led us here. Why am I going to come off the ball? We need points. So that's kind of the situation they find themselves in. And it's like, I understand it because these guys aren't ready to lose yet. You know?
Well, and the teams are never going to, like, I mean,
right, that's what I'm saying. So it's like it's kind of one of those difficult things where it have to be some type of, and I do think Kidd probably, if I had to guess, in the huddle going into the overtime is like Cooper needs to have the ball. Like let's pull the plug on some of this stuff.
Because you just had D'Lo going over and over again, Naji going over and over again. You're like, all right, we need somebody a little fresh at least. And then who do you go to? They hadn't gone to Brandon Williams in a lot. 7 points, 5 assists, but was a minus 27 in the game. The Mavs got outscored by 27 points in his minutes. That was pretty brutal.
The guards, him and D'Lo are just going to be whoever's playing the best in that moment.
Dereck Lively made his return tonight. He played 17 minutes. 15 and 18 was his minute restriction, so he's right in there. He had 4 points, 5 boards. He almost had a dunk that would have literally taken the entire roof off of his place, where Brandon Williams threw it off the backboard and Lively tried to throw it down, and he got fouled. Made both free throws, which is huge for him. That's something I'm definitely watching with him. But that moment would have been huge.
That is crazy that was even attempted. And the Mavs were down 10 at this point, mind you. And
you think that's why Brandon Williams got taken out? Wait, when did that happen?
No, I think that was just a ride the hot hand type thing. I don't think there was a Brandon Williams, we didn't like this. I just think D'Lo.
Yeah, it was 7 minutes left in the fourth quarter. He had already not played as much by then.
Yeah. So they get a steal, and Brandon Williams. It was a really fun play just to begin with. Steal. Who was it? Did Brandon Williams save it on the inbounds?
Brandon Williams got the steal. I don't know.
Threw it up in the air. Coop skies up at half court to get it. He throws it back to Brandon Williams, who then throws off the glass to a trailing Dereck Lively.
He did get subbed out literally on those free throws, though.
You think they subbed him out for that? I mean, it was a pretty wild.
I'm just saying it. I'm not saying it was because. I'm just saying it did happen. That while the free throws were going on, Brandon Williams did get subbed out. So maybe that was the reason.
I mean, it was pretty. It was pretty awesome. So I'm here for it.
But then D'Lo went on that run in the fourth, so that's
what I'm saying. I think that was more.
It worked out. It worked out.
I think that was more it.
But are you concerned about Lively and the way that he looked coming back?
No. My only concern that's going to continue, is this going to be one of these things? I don't even want to put this into the universe, but I mean, we have to because it's just the reality at this point. This is going to be one of those misses 50% of the games, and then the 20% of the games he's coming back from an injury, and it's give him some time thing that it felt like we got to that point with KP, where it's even if this guy's playing, he's coming off of an injury or something. and is like needs to get his feet under him. So that's what I am worried about. But no, I'm not going to be worried about a guy first game in what feels like almost a month, but I guess a few weeks.
It was 3 weeks.
3 weeks, yeah.
We got a lot of Caleb Martin in this game.
I would just say prepare yourself because he's going to be one of those guys, I think.
I mean, they kind of they just have to. They were kind of running out of guys, and they're like, all right, we need somebody to defend James Harden. They threw him out there, but some of the offense from him is just
the offense is so bad. I mean, one of the things, nobody wants to hear it, but like with PJ out, man, they're out probably their 3 best players tonight. Dereck Lively, and their 4th best player, is on a minute restriction. Like, this is their reality. You know?
And we'll be covering every game here on Locked On Mavs. That is our reality. That is your reality. Fun one towards the end, but
it was fun. It was fun.
There were definitely moments and fun moments to look at. We can go back through in some of those. So go check out that. I'm going to do a bonus episode today on the Dirk comment about Nico Harrison on Prime, because that I thought was a monumental moment. So we'll talk about that and more. Go check out Slightly Biased, great YouTube channel. All kinds of good stuff happening over there. Guys, thanks so much for listening to Locked On Mavs. Peace out. Boom.
We love you, Dirk.
Dirty.